Committee. I'm glad all of you are here. Very happy to see all of your faces. I know this is kind of the last thing you have to do before you go on your really well-deserved break. So thank you. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and now call this meeting to order at 5:05 p.m., April 9th. We're gonna go ahead and go to a roll call super quick. So I am here, Amend.
Here.
Thank you. Caduceus Club. Caduceus Club is absent. They have emailed me, but I will state that for the record. InterVarsity Christian Fellowship.
Here.
Third Wave.
Here.
And we do have someone as a representative from the Vice President of Business Affairs, who is Nee. Neely will be serving as the representative. So yeah, we do have quorum. Thank you all for coming. So first off, I just want to go ahead and approve the agenda. Business as usual. Again, we have a pretty short agenda, just scoring 2 pages, but we're just going to go over any procedures, but I don't want to keep you all for too long, so I don't know how much of a discussion we're going to have, and then we're going to approve the one request that we have today. But if there are no questions, yeah, I would like to go ahead and now entertain a motion to approve the agenda for April 9th's funding meeting. Do I have a first?
Third Wave first.
Third Wave first. Do I have a second?
Amend seconds.
Amend seconds. Thank you. I want to do a roll call vote because we, have, I think, everybody here. I mean, we have enough people. We have quite a few people. So Amend, how do you vote?
Yes.
Thank you. Caduceus Club is absent, so they are not voting today. InterVarsity Christian Fellowship
Yes.
and Third Wave.
Yes.
Right. Thank you so much. So we do have all of us in agreement on this item. So next, we're going to go ahead and move on to our approval of minutes from March 26th. And I'm going to hop out here real quick, if you bear with me. So these are the minutes from March 26th. It was also a pretty brief meeting. We basically approved 2 items during that meeting. For first, the Revolutionary Mujeres and Ships RLDC event. So at this time, I'd like to go ahead and now entertain a motion to adopt the minutes from our previous meeting on March 26th. Do I have a first?
InterVarsity Christian Fellowship first.
Thank you, InterVarsity. And so InterVarsity Christian Fellowship first. Do I have a second?
Third Wave seconds.
Thank you, Third Wave. And we're just going to go ahead and do a roll call vote as I did earlier. So Amend, how do you vote?
Yes.
Thank you. Caduceus Club again is absent, so they will not be voting today. InterVarsity Christian Fellowship, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Third Wave.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Let me jump back into our agenda here. Let me zoom in. All right. So next up, we have public comment on non-agenda items. I'm on the YouTube and I see nothing, but I do see we have a member in our Zoom today. So Noah, if you have any comments, you're free to go ahead and make them at this time. But if you don't have any, you're also okay to just hang out.
Yeah, I was just kind of hoping that we could briefly touch on my club's funding request. I know that it hasn't quite been reviewed yet, but I was wondering if this would be the best time for it, or if you would like me to set up some office hours or something.
So the way public comment works is that you're free to basically talk about anything, but the committee cannot like answer questions or kind of give you any feedback. It's pretty much your time to speak, and it's a platform for you to get your message out.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then I've got nothing. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Well, no.
Noah, is it regarding the issue that's actually going to come forth to the board for funding?
Yeah, it's
So if it is,
Yeah.
just wait till that point, and then
Okay.
we'll invite your comment then.
okay, cool. Thanks.
Okay. All right. So then moving right along, discussion item A is ICC funding procedures. I know Nee is new to our committee here, but I don't want to bog you all down before spring break with too much information. So we'll go ahead and skip this discussion item for today, and I will privately meet with Nee to get her up to speed with our process here. But I mean, I want to give you all an opportunity since it is on the agenda. Are there any discussions about the procedures, any quirks with Lancer Life, anything with the approval this time around? Nope. Okay.
Chris, I'll just
Oh.
say that I'm loving that all of the committee is embracing the process and leaving notes and comments, because it really did help move this process along for this group. It helped them get to the point where they'll be approved this week. So
All
thank you
right.
all for participating.
Yes, thank you. Your comments are very valuable, and I really do love that Lance Life has like a record of that. So I think it's a great process to have moving forward for sure. But if there's no further discussion on this, I'll go ahead and move on to our action item for today, which is approval of funding. Okay, so next up is approval of ICC funding. We only have one request today, or should I say, we only have requests from one group or one club, and that is Lancer Motorsports. So I have that pulled up here. So Monica Campos submitted a request to be funded for their Formula SAE Design Competition Conference. For any members of the public that are wondering why there's this form, and I will go ahead and display this other form here, it's because they did a resubmission because we found out that they required an ARF, so they resubmitted with the extra paperwork that they needed. But yeah, at this time, I will let the committee speak first. Are there any comments about their submission? Anything you want to maybe mention? I know all your feedback looked like it's pretty good, at least on this first submission here. We were all in agreement that they needed the ARF, but they have done so with the new submission. But is there anything that the committee wants to state about this submission? Anything?
Yeah, sorry, I did have a quick question. I didn't have time to check to see if they responded, but I was wondering, I know there was a problem at the last committee in regards to paying ahead before. So I remember they were saying that if they wanted to get it reimbursed. So I was wondering if they answered whether or not they already bought the tickets or not. Can you?
Yeah,
you
no,
hear me?
we can
So
go
back.
ahead then. I guess maybe this is a good time to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, was that not what we were talking about type thing?
No, Carrie has some insight into this, but I think Noah is the person to talk about because he's part of the club. So Noah, if you want to answer that.
Yeah. So the deadline to buy the actual tickets was in 2 days or something. And so we needed the people to actually buy the tickets, but I wanted to kind of, hopefully clarify a little bit that we didn't tell students like, oh, PCC is going to reimburse you or something, beforehand. We're not like, I didn't want to have that. I didn't want to say that before we actually gotten any money approved. And then in previous years, oftentimes this expense was actually just something that the members of the club had to pay for out of pocket themselves. We would try and get sponsorships and fundraisers through the Caltech side of things with my club. But so not only did I kind of like not tell people like, oh, there's a reimbursement coming, but also there's definitely some precedence for this might be something you have to pay for yourself. But yeah, people did buy, they have bought tickets and we're hoping to get them refunded now. But in, the worst case scenario, there's no promises made or anything sort of like that. And frankly, if somebody needs a refund, I would happily pay for it out of my own pocket, but
That answers my question. Thank you.
Yeah, so for clarification, pretty much, I think the situation is, and from what Carrie has told me, it's like a best effort type of thing. Like if we can fund them, cool. But if not, because they kind of went ahead and, paid out of pocket already, it's not a big deal because as they've stated, traditionally in years past, they would have just paid out of pocket fully anyways. So it's just a bonus for them if they can get this through and have PCC pay for it instead of them completely funding it. So hopefully I make that distinction clear for everybody. Anybody else from the committee or Carrie have any comments about their submission? No? Okay, I see Taylor gave it a thumbs up. Faison gave it a thumbs up. Carrie, you also gave it a thumbs up. Jacob is their advisor who gave it a thumbs up. Sylvia, do you have any comments about this submission or?
No, I'm just lagging behind. Sorry.
It's okay, no worries.
I'll approve it.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, but if there are no more questions here, For Noah, I guess we can go ahead and move to a motion. Does anybody need to see the, actually, I'll go ahead and just display it for the public so you can see what the expenditure looks like. But if there are no more questions for Noah here, I'll go ahead and approve the amount for their conference. Okay, so at this time then, I would like to go ahead and entertain a motion to approve $175 coming out of the ICC Spring 2021 budget to pay for Lancer Motorsports Formula SAE Electric Design Competition Conference. So do I have a first on that?
Amend firsts.
All right, amend first. And do I have a second on that?
Third wave seconds.
Third wave seconds. Okay. I'm gonna just go ahead and move to a roll call vote here. So amend, how do you vote?
Approved, yes.
Thank you. And Caduceus Club again is not here, so they will not be voting today. InterVarsity Christian Fellowship
Yes.
and Third Wave.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, that looks like it's a wrap for us today. So that's the
Is-
last.
Is knee on your agenda?
Knee's not on the agenda for this one. Michael is though.
Okay, so I would say that you could allow her to vote because she is as Michael's representative, so she could be allowed to vote.
Okay, I was just kind of wondering because she didn't have eyes on it before, if it would be appropriate, but I guess I
Me-
could also.
Nee, it's up to you. If you want to vote, you can also abstain, but I just want to give you the opportunity to be acknowledged in the vote.
Okay, no
And
problem.
also what
So-
I'm trying to do is for her learning, just so y'all know, like she has a learning curve. I'm trying to add her right now to the reviewer so she can at least take a look at it for the next time.
That sounds good. Thanks.
Okay, so Nee, then based on what you've seen, I know you haven't maybe taken a close look at it, but based on what you've seen and what you've heard about Lancer Motorsports request, how do you vote on the motion to allot them $175 for their conference?
I approve.
Sorry, what was that?
I approve. Yes.
You approve? Yes? Okay. All right. Well, for the record, the representative for the VP of Business Affairs has voted yes on this motion. All right. So moving on then to our last item, which is future meeting dates and time. Just as a reminder, there will be the next funding meeting on April 23rd, which is the Friday right after spring break. If there are no requests, I will go ahead and cancel that meeting. But if there are, I will send you an email the Wednesday before, as always. And I do know that Nee is on the committee now instead of Michael. The 5 p.m. slot was to accommodate for Michael's schedule. So I just wanted to kind of get an overview of if this time still worked for people or if there's a better time that we can move it on Friday. What do you all feel?
Can I just ask what were you kind of thinking? Because I actually get out at 4:30 from work every Monday through Friday, and I know our meetings are on Friday. So, I mean, I could do it through my car. I'm doing it on my phone right now, so I don't know what. As long as it's not like exactly at 4:30, I should be okay.
Okay, I mean, it sounds like based on Faison's comment there, 5 is still the best time for everybody then. Is that okay?
That's okay.
All right, perfect then. So our next meeting is April 23rd at 5 p.m. All right, we'll go ahead and move to our very last item, which is adjournment. So now at this time, I would like to entertain a motion to adjourn our meeting here today at 5:19 p.m. Do I have a first?
Third wave.
University Christian Fellowship first.
InterVarsity Christian Fellowship first, and do I have a second?
Third wave seconds.
Third wave seconds. All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and just move to a blanket vote here. So are there any opposed to that motion? Hopefully not. Any abstentions to adjournment? All right, well, that is a wrap. Our meeting is over in 20 minutes. Thank you all for coming.
Have a
I'm
good
gonna
weekend,
wait for the
everybody.
YouTube to
Hey.
catch up here, and then we can go into a private session.
Oh,
in-
so everyone, just don't worry. Because I added Nee as a reviewer, I needed to push out a notification so she could get the link. So you may have just gotten a reminder to approve this form. You can ignore it.
Okay.